From Beaver Dam Lake to Horicon Marsh and everywhere in between, we're talking about what's important in your hometown. This is Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
It's a little weird not to be at Radio Park during the Dodge County Fair. Good morning and happy Monday. Amy Hudson here with you in the Slumberland Furniture Studios and also the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com and also on our YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet to our YouTube channel, please do so. Just search for Daily Dodge TV and make sure you click on the notifications icon so you get alerts when things are happening here at the studios at 100 Bill McCullum Way or out on the road like we were so much last week at the Dodge County Fair. Click that notifications icon and then you will not miss any of the happenings in the Daily Dodge TV studio. Looking forward to getting to know some new friends and neighbors here this morning on Hometown Today. Randy Keene and Bonnie Adam with the Columbus Area Historical Society will be joining us this hour. My mouth is not awake yet here on a Monday. And next hour, we are going to head to the Garden. I cannot believe that tomorrow night is the last show for the Seippel Summer Series concerts in the Garden, but it is sadly, so you don't want to miss it. We'll have Carol joining us from the band Just Us. That will be in the 10 o'clock hour. And we'll also hear from Tom Ballweg from Ballweg Implement. We'll hear about all the crazy things that Tom enjoyed during the Dodge County Fair. And also Diana Ogle will be with us here this hour. Diana with Park Village Shopping Center and also the Beaver Dam Pepper Festival. And I have a big question for her just regarding, what Wade was thinking. Would Diana come to his rescue if those wrestlers from the Frozen Tundra Wrestling really, would get in his face too much? She shot some great video from Frozen Tundra Wrestling on Saturday. So looking forward to talking with Diana this hour. It is really going to be a beautiful week. Not a drop of rain in sight here for the next few days. Just a lot of sunshine and clouds moving in the evening and really comfortable. Our lows are going to be right in the low 50s and our highs in the mid to upper 70s. We will get to know Randy and Bonnie with the Columbus Area Historical Society next here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hey, it's Randy from Professional Floor Covering. You're listening to Hometown Today on the 5,000 watt flamethrower on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful, historic downtown Beaver Dam. It was great to see both Randy Warmka, owner of Professional Floor Covering, and Sandy from McKinstry's Home Furnishings. Saw each of them, not together, but saw them at the Dodge County Fair. Saw Sandy Saturday night, had a chance to talk with her for a little bit, meet her sweet husband, and yes, she does have like the most pleasant voice in all of Dodge County. And I was telling her husband that. We look forward to talking with Sandy later on this week. And Randy made a couple of appearances at the Dodge County Fair, as did one of our guests here this morning on Hometown Today. Really looking forward to getting to know Randy Keene and Bonnie Adam. They are with us here this morning with the Columbus Area Historical Society. They have a big capital campaign that is currently happening, all with the goal of purchasing a new home for the Columbus Area Historical Museum. Good morning and welcome.
Morning, Amy. Thank you.
Thanks so much for being here. You had shared, Randy, that you were at the Dodge County Fair. You enjoyed Grand Funk Railroad on Saturday.
Until it rained.
We just couldn't seem to escape the rain off and on during the Dodge County Fair. It had just started sprinkling a little bit shortly after I had a chance to intro them along with the fairest of the fair. Do you have a favorite Grand Funk song?
The Locomotion.
Yeah.
And I was able to hear that before it rained. So.
Oh, good. Yeah, they played that pretty early in their set. And this whole tour that they're on is all about celebrating their 50 years together as a band and 50 years from the Locomotion becoming a great big hit.
Yep,
It's
1974.
awesome.
I remember that, one of my favorite songs from that year.
I love that. Bonnie, did you have a chance to enjoy?
No.
No?
But speaking of locomotion, I used to line dance. We used to line dance at Spurs years ago.
Oh.
Then we don't do that anymore, but we could line dance to that song, so that's why I can remember that
Oh,
song
I
really
love
well.
that.
Yep, that's one of the songs we could, we'd line dance to.
I'm not coordinated enough to do line dancing. I always mess up the entire line.
Left and right, back and forth.
Well, maybe we can practice during the commercial breaks here this morning in the Daily Dodge TV studio. Thank you very much for starting your week with us here this morning on Hometown Today. Before we hit the airwaves, I was sharing just how much I really do love downtown Columbus, all those beautiful buildings. Randy, you then shot back, both of you did, just like how Beaver Dam has been going through a little transformation too over the past few years with its downtown. It's so important that we preserve our history. How did each of you get involved with the Columbus Area Historical Society?
Did he join about the same time?
Well,
it started in 2010,
2010.
and I wasn't, and all of a sudden, I I got involved, and then he came along, and
Well, I was
yes,
the fire chief in Columbus, and my two sisters were members of the society, and they kept bugging me about joining. So I said, when I retire, I will join. I kept telling them that, and when I did retire, I did join. So that was 3 years ago.
Okay. Is Columbus your hometown?
Yes.
Okay.
With 32 years spent in the middle in Beaver Dam.
Oh, I love that. Share a little bit of your history regarding that time spent in
Well,
Beaver Dam.
I was with the fire department for 31 years here and retired as the deputy chief. So, and then at the time I was retiring, I wanted to find a 20-hour-a-week retirement job, so to speak.
Yeah, keep busy.
And at the same time, the city of Columbus, for the first time, wanted a 20-hour-a-week fire chief.
Oh my goodness, it was meant to be.
So, yeah, it worked out well. I retired in Beaver Dam in May of 2009 and started in Columbus in June.
Very
And
nice.
was there for 12 years and now 3 years being active with the Historical Society.
And Bonnie, where's home for you? What's your hometown?
DeForest.
Oh,
My husband was
DeForest?
from Columbus. We met, and I've been in Columbus ever since.
Nice. Justin, the Ninja Wilski, who is our producer here in the Daily Dodge TV studio and also part of our news team, is from Columbus as well. Cardinals.
Yep.
Yeah, we love going there every year for the Columbus 4th of July parade. It's really fun. So you guys have been really busy. Launching a capital campaign is no small task. So you're hoping to find a new home for the Columbus Area Historical Society. Fill us in on when you launched the capital campaign, how folks can get involved, and let's talk about that end goal.
Okay. We launched a campaign 2 to 3 months ago, and we set up a campaign committee of 7 people, of which Bonnie and I are both members, and we've divided up duties. And so Bonnie and I were the ones that were going out making contacts with businesses and individuals for contributions. And we have a couple other guys on the committee that they're like into the trades and are familiar with anything to do with the building, and so
It's really helpful.
it is. And so the building that we're looking at is in downtown Beaver Dam, or downtown Columbus.
okay.
Downtown Columbus, and it is a very historic building. It once housed the Bellocs men's clothing store.
Okay.
The Bellocs went into business in 1883. This building was built in 1895, and it remained a men's clothing store into the 1980s.
Oh, wow.
So
Where is it
So
in
it-
downtown Columbus?
right across the street from the Farmers Merchants Union Bank.
Oh, okay.
So it's the second building from the corner. The State Farm office is on the corner, and we'll be right next door.
That is a great place. The State Farm Merchants and Union Bank is a tremendously beautiful historic building. That whole little area down there.
So we're on probably the most historic, or one door away from the most historic intersection in Columbus.
Really?
Because we've got the Farmers Merchants Bank across the street, the library on another corner, and the City Hall, which was built in 1892.
Which is
on the other
spectacular
corner.
too.
It is.
Yeah. We're talking this morning with Randy Keene and Bonnie Adam. They are with us from the Columbus Area Historical Society, and we're talking about their capital campaign that just launched a couple of months ago. I had no idea that did you say that intersection is one of the most historical intersections in Columbus?
Yes, yeah.
It's beautiful. So how do folks get involved with helping in the capital campaign? You have your campaign committee, which is solid. Everybody has special talents, when you pull together a group like that to help, because it is such a big effort. What are you working on right now? You mentioned, Rainey, that you're making a lot of calls.
Yeah, we've had made quite a few calls already, and we've made appearances along with the George Hasey popcorn wagon. So maybe I should go back and talk about that.
Yeah.
We were approached by a member of Columbus Popcorn Wagon Incorporated, which owns the historic George Hasey popcorn wagon, and about combining efforts to get a building for a museum that would also house the popcorn wagon.
Okay. How old is the popcorn wagon?
It's a 1928, and so we were approached by a member from that group about joining forces, and it made sense to everybody. And so we have collectively gotten together to promote the campaign, including the popcorn wagon. So in addition to making contact with different businesses and individuals for contributions, we've had the popcorn wagon out at National Night Out last week at the last concert in the park in Columbus.
Oh, wow. I bet there were all kinds of folks gathered around that checking it out.
Yep, especially when they give away
Got
popcorn.
free popcorn.
Of
So,
course.
yeah.
We don't make the popcorn in the wagon.
Yeah.
though, but-
No.
But and then we're going to have an open house. On
Yeah, let's
Saturday.
talk about that's coming up really quickly, happening this Saturday, the 24th,
Right.
from 10 to 1. What will be happening? Because word is there will be a sneak peek at your future museum
So,
site.
yeah, basically that's all it is. I mean, it's not set up for a museum or anything, and it's bare bones. but it's a way of those that have contributed and other members of the community to come in and take a peek, and they can envision what it'll look like next year, because it'll be next year sometime before we're
It
actually
won't be
in there.
before the end of the year, that's for sure.
No, that the end of the year is, in my mind, happening in a couple of weeks.
So we did have a museum previously. The society started in 2010, as Bonnie mentioned, and it was in 2018 that the museum first opened at a different location down the street.
Okay.
We do have some pictures here that can be shown, brought up on the screen.
Yeah, we'd love to see some of those.
So there's a picture of our museum, or one of our pictures from back in 2018 when we opened, and that was in a historic building. It was a former First National Bank building in downtown Columbus, and we had to ended up having to move out of there in 2022, and just another area there where showed some historical pictures from Columbus High School.
Oh, that's great. Some of the uniforms, and it looks like a letter jacket or a band jacket there. A lot of Columbus Cardinal pride right there on Daily Dodge TV for folks that are checking out the stream.
And then the next slide. So we were allowed to use the building rent-free.
That's very generous.
It was, and we did pay not only the utilities for the museum, but also we're upstairs. There were 3 apartments, so we paid utilities for that as a part of our contribution, and put in a new furnace over time. So then, as next slide. Well, we were there for 4 years. So in 2022, the owners had an offer to lease the building for a retail store.
Okay, so that meant you had to find a new home.
Right.
Yeah.
So we had to move out. So we were in there for about 4 years, and ever since we moved out in March of 22. Ever since, everything's been in storage.
Oh my goodness.
Storage units.
So will everything stay in storage then until you get into your new building, I would assume?
Yep, it'll stay
Okay.
there. Yep.
All
So we have
right.
2 units. One of them is being climate controlled.
Okay.
So the stuff that is more
Fragile.
Yeah,
as far
very
as-
sensitive. You have to be careful
Yes.
with those. The last thing you want is to start unpacking when you get into the new
Right.
location and have damage done.
Right, exactly. So
This morning, we're talking with our guests from the Columbus Area Historical Society. We have Randy Keene with us and Bonnie Adam joining us. And we're talking about their capital campaign that recently got underway. They have an open house happening this Saturday, the 24th, from 10 to 1. It's your chance to get a look, have that sneak peek at their future museum site. And we'll continue our conversation with Randy and Bonnie here on Hometown Today, which is brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam, and presented by Professional Floor Covering Your Floor, and so much more. Do not wait to have that conversation, that free in-store consultation with Randy and the team at Professional Floor Covering. Right now, an incredible deal for you with 12 months interest-free on all of the flooring at Professional Floor Covering. So that means all of it. Luxury vinyl plank, maybe it's hardwood, porcelain tile, vinyl, carpeting, those top brands for every look and need throughout your home. And if you're thinking you really want to get your bathroom done before everybody invades your house for the holidays, now really is the time to do that and just say bye-bye to the bathtub, get it gone. It will not be a big deal for Randy and the team to take that bathtub out for you and put in a beautiful walk-in shower. That way you don't have to worry about, stepping over the tub, and you can stay safe and just enjoy that beautiful bathroom with your cultured marble walk-in shower, waterproof flooring. They can help you with a vanity, all that goes with it. So check that out at the beautiful showroom at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam, and of course online at proflr.com. Professional Floor Covering Your Floor, and so much more. We will be checking in with our friend Tom Ballweg shortly after 10 o'clock. Diana Ogle with Park Village Shopping Center and the Beaver Dam Pepper Festival will be giving us a call later on this hour, and we'll continue to talk with Randy and Bonnie joining us this morning from the Columbus Area Historical Society here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hi, this is Randy, owner of Professional Floor Covering, and you're listening to Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Happy Monday. Welcome to Hometown Today, brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam and presented by Professional Floor Covering Your Floor and so much more. Amy Hudson here with you in the Summerland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com and also on our YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed to that yet, please do so by simply searching for Daily Dodge TV and make sure you click on the notifications icon. Next hour, we will get to know Carol. She is with Just Us. They will be performing tomorrow night as part of the Seippel Summer Concert Series, Concerts in the Garden. And I can't believe it. The show tomorrow is the last show for the summer season. And someone had told me last week that, within 3 to 4 weeks, it's going to be getting dark by 7 o'clock. I am just in denial about all of those things. With us this hour, we have Randy Keene and Bonnie Adam with us. They are joining us from the Columbus Area Historical Society, where they have recently embarked on a big capital campaign to purchase a new home for the museum. And you'll have a chance to get a sneak peek at that during their open house coming up this Saturday from 10 to 1. Light refreshments will be served. It'll be a great opportunity to get to talk about what we can look forward to when the Columbus Area Historical Society is welcomed into its new home. I hope that doesn't feel like it's going to be forever away.
Well, we need time to get it. We need time to get it ready anyway. So,
and we were talking earlier about the George Hasey popcorn wagon, and Randy, you had shared off air just this really interesting journey that the popcorn wagon has had.
Well, it's George Hasey started in business in 1918 with a wagon that was made by the Dunbar Company in Chicago. And the wagon was a 1915 wagon that he bought from Fred Brockup in Columbus in 1918. Fred got drafted into the Army in World War I and ended up selling the popcorn wagon to George Hasey.
Okay.
And then in 1928, George bought a second wagon, a 1928 Dunbar wagon, and that's the one that we currently have.
Okay.
And he had two popcorn wagons from 1928 until 1946, when there was an explosion and fire in the first one, which also killed his daughter.
Oh my goodness,
And it
that's
was,
so very tragic.
Yeah, as his one and only child.
Oh.
And so at that point, he was unable to raise money to restore that one. Later on, that found its way to the Chicago area and was, in 2014, was refurbished and restored and is now on display in Glenview, Illinois.
Wow.
And so then the 1928 wagon, which we currently have and will be in the museum, we want to find a home for that. That was... George stayed in business till 1974. That wagon ended up being sold at auction in 1979.
Okay.
It ended up going to someone out west, actually I think in Nevada originally, and then this owner lost it in a poker game.
Oh, no.
To someone in California. And so anyway, it left Columbus in 1979. In 1996, it was up for sale, and some people in Columbus heard about it.
Okay.
And so they formed Columbus Popcorn Wagon Incorporated.
All right.
And they sold shares of stock for $100, similar to like buying a share of stock of the Green Bay Packers.
Okay,
For
got
$100,
it.
you get a sheet of paper.
But you're in it. You're in the game.
That's right. And so anyway, they were able to sell a lot of shares, and there was one philanthropic individual in Columbus that donated quite a bit of money as well. So they raised like $60,000.
Oh my goodness.
The purchase price was $50,000, but then they had to get it back
Sure.
to Columbus as well. So it returned in 1996.
How did they get it back here? Just on a train, like in a big U-Haul?
That I don't know. That's
Okay.
a good question. I'm going to have to find that out.
Yeah, because that was really smart
Yeah.
to, raise extra dollars
Yep.
regarding transporting it back here. That's no
Yep.
easy task either, and to
Right.
make sure no
Yep.
damage happens.
And originally, the wagon had wooden spoked and metal rimmed wheels.
Okay.
But it now has tires on it so that it can be moved, or it
Sure.
has had tires on for quite a while. One thing, when it was in California, the owner, the wagon wood, whatever wasn't wood, the undercarriage that was metal was yellow.
Okay.
And
Like a
in
bright
Ca-
yellow, for some reason I
well,
just picture bright
not,
yellow.
not so
yellow.
bright,
Okay.
but as opposed to the first wagon was really bright. But it was painted red out in California. So one of the things that we'd like to see done is get it painted back to its original color.
Yeah.
And I believe that we do have a slide, or a couple of slides of the wagon here.
We're talking.
There
with-
we go.
There. Oh,
So-
look at that.
So that's a rendition by Susan Stair, a painting that was done, which hangs in City Hall.
It's beautiful.
So that was always parked on the weekends from spring to late fall, next door to what is now Forward Pharmacy. For years it was Sherrow's Pharmacy, and that's where it was parked on the weekends.
Okay, good
And-
location right there on the corner
Yep.
there.
And you can see the City Hall in the background,
You see our building down the corner
and
there
you see our
too?
building as well.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yep.
It's very
And,
nice.
so anyway, it was, like I said, whatever wasn't wood was yellow underneath. The top was red all along, and still is.
We're talking this morning with Randy Keene and Bonnie Adam. They are with the Columbus Area Historical Society, and I'm really enjoying the lesson here with the George Hasey. Am I pronouncing that right, George
Yes,
Hasey?
yes.
Popcorn wagon. That was quite the journey. And this is the wagon that you had out at the National Night Out. You had mentioned, Bonnie.
Yes.
But we're not popping the popcorn in it. Like that was all done ahead of
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Do you plan on taking it out to any more events before the end of summer and the early
Well,
part
we're
of
gonna
fall?
have it out Saturday, whether if it's not raining, we can't.
Okay.
get it. So far, we say it's not gonna rain, because it's gonna be 85 again. But we'll have it out front on the street so people
Okay.
can see it again. And then after that, it'll be in the museum probably, unless something comes up that we can take it out again before it gets,
Well, there's one other item, that would be the golf outing.
yep.
So,
Yeah.
But we can get into that in just
Great.
a little bit. But
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think there's another slide up there of what the wagon looks like
Yeah,
now.
let's take another look at that.
And there it is today. I mean, it's been in storage.
Oh my
That's it in
goodness, look at
storage.
that. Is that really a popcorn wagon underneath there, Randy? That
Yes.
could be anything underneath that blue tarp.
But there's another picture, I believe, of the wagon uncovered. Prior to that,
Nope.
there you
There it
go.
is.
Wow,
So-
look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. For you folks not enjoying the stream on Daily Dodge TV, you will have to go back and check it out. This is just stunning, like all those beautiful lights.
Yeah.
How big is that? Like, how long would you say that is?
Maybe 15 feet.
Okay. It looks like everything is, most everything is glass encased there. What's on the bottom portion? Like, we see the big window, which is
So
probably,
in behind the glass, I mean,
Yeah.
there's Cracker Jack boxes. He had.
okay.
He also sold. Not only did he make popcorn, but fresh roasted peanuts.
Oh,
as
nice.
well.
Those are a treat.
Yeah, and there's a companion wagon to this in the Smithsonian.
Oh, my goodness.
So that shows you what kind of a treasure it is.
Yeah, that is absolutely a treasure.
Didn't make them, 29 was the last year they made them, so we.
Yep.
lucky to
Wow.
have.
That, yeah, very lucky, and that definitely is a treasure. We'll continue our conversation with Randy Keene and Bonnie Adam. They're with us here this morning from the Columbus Area Historical Society here on Hometown Today, which is presented by Professional Floor Covering Your Floor and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. It was wonderful to run into Sandy Saturday night at the Dodge County Fair, and getting all geared up for Labor Day. That is our next big holiday that is right around the corner. And McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam recognizes and believes that everyone who labors has made America strong, prosperous, and a great country. So they're celebrating. So to celebrate Labor Day, McKinstry's is having a store-wide sale. Their showroom is filled with sofas, reclining sofas, sectionals. You'll find chairs, all at unbeatable savings, like Lazy Boy rocker recliners that start at only $389. And you'll also save big on Simmons Beauty Rest and Simple mattresses. Dining room and bedroom sets also marked down for this event. And you can add the finishing touches to your home with beautiful pictures, area rugs, and accessories. McKinstry's offers you all the latest styles, always designed to fill your home with comfort and quality. So check it out, the Labor Day savings sale at McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. And know that the sale ends Saturday, August 31st. We will be heading over to the Daily Dodge News Center for local news, sports, and weather updates. And we'll get it all going with an update from ABC News here on Hometown Today and your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Today's news, weather, and sports was brought to you by Prairie Ridge Health, located at 1515 Park Avenue in Columbus. Call them today at 920-613-2300.
Hey, it's Randy from Professional Floor Covering, bringing together friends and neighbors on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hometown Today brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam and presented by Professional Floor Covering your floor and so much more. It's been really nice getting to know our guests here this hour. We have Randy Keene and Bonnie Adam joining us with the Columbus Area Historical Society. They have recently kicked off a big capital campaign. They have a new home for the museum, so now the fun really begins, trying to get all of those donors and dollars in to make their dream come true. Opportunity for you to get a sneak peek at the future museum site will be happening this Saturday, the 24th, during their open house, and that will be happening from 10 to 1. And they also have a big old-time golf event that is coming up fast as well. So we'll get those details from Randy and Bonnie. And right here, right now, welcoming a lady to the airwaves who had a lot of fun at the Dodge County Fair, worked really hard in the Rotary booth, and I saw Diana Ogle having a great time at the Frozen Tundra Wrestling, and she's with the Park Village Shopping Center and Beaver Dam Pepper Festival, and she's with us right here, right now. Good morning, Diana.
Well, Sunday, have we all survived?
Did you get some good sleep Saturday? Were you having wrestling dreams?
Oh, no. No, but it was good, though. It was so good. I got to tell you, I appreciate everything you folks do at the radio park there, and there was this little kid about 8 years old sitting next to me, and he was so engaged in this wrestling, and he was just getting his face painted, and I looked at Greg and I said, this is what the fair is all about.
Yeah.
This is it. He had mustard on him from eating a corn dog. His face was all pink from eating snow cones. And I said, this is America right here.
Absolutely. And Wade was asking me and Sherry this morning if, the wrestlers really would have gotten in his face, because there was some smack talk going down. I've never, ever.
I know.
I've never heard Wade quiet. And I thought, if needed, you probably would have, jumped those ropes and gotten into the ring to protect our Wade, wouldn't you?
True that. Well, congratulations to the folks in Columbus for putting that museum front and center. Congratulations to you, because there is such rich history here in and around Dodge County. I mean, from Columbus to Beaver Dam and all points in between. And it's always good to celebrate that heritage. It is so good to do that, because that's what started this whole gig. I mean, we have a tendency sometimes to take things for granted, but when you really look at the history and the richness and the commitment to excellence that this community has put together, hats off to you folks for doing that. Good for you.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely. That's why we do the Pepper Festival, second Saturday of September always. We do celebrate the heritage of that, and Randy at Professional Flooring is now one of our newest sponsors. Tomorrow, we're going to go to Professional Floor Covering with Larry the Pepper and get some photos of Randy and Larry the Pepper. He's so excited. I know he can hardly wait.
Oh, I love it. And we are so looking forward to the 11th annual Beaver Dam Pepper Festival. It takes over Park Village Shopping Center. It's just a wonderful way to celebrate our heritage, have a great time with family and friends. Coming up on Saturday, September 14th, 9 to 4:30. We have a pre-Pepper Party kickoff that's also happening. Diana, let folks know what's going on with that, because we'll be taking over Tower Lanes.
Saturday the 31st, we'll be taking over Tower Lanes from 11 to 1, doing a live radio remote. Stacy from Slumberland is going to be there. I'll just say she's giving away furniture, then she'll text me later and say, what the heck are you talking about? And so we're going to kick off the Beaver Dam Pepper Beer, thanks to Potosi Brewing Company. And we're going to, Eric and his team at Tower Lanes is going to be featuring Beaver Dam Pepper Pizza. We're going to have some Beaver Dam Pepper brats that they're going to be grilling up. So it's food, fun, frivolity. We've got giveaways. We have raffle. We have all kinds of stuff. And I want to thank you from WBEV and Good Karma for putting that together. He's one of your partners. And that's the collaboration this community has from top to bottom. Everybody's in it to win it. And we're here to celebrate everything that's good about this community. So I thank you very much for that. So mark your calendars, the 31st of August. Don't forget the 24th for the Columbus Museum. But the 31st of August for the Pepper Fest, and then again on the 14th for the actual Pepper Fest that's going to be kicking off. So we just got a lot of pepper and a lot of party and a lot of fun going on.
Anything that you want to share with us about Park Village Shopping Center this morning, Diana?
A week from today, Hobby Lobby opens.
Woohoo! We've been waiting. It's finally over. The wait is almost over.
I'm telling you, for the longest time, every time I go someplace, they go, "Are you the shopping center lady?" Sure, I'll be whatever you want me to be. Whatever you want me to be. And I said, absolutely. So much anticipated. James is the GM there, and I went in and chatted with him about a week ago. He is the coolest guy. And here's what he said. He goes, this community is so welcoming. He said, everybody here at the shopping center, I go around and introduce myself, and they're all like, hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. And I said, well, that's how we roll, baby. That's just how we roll.
Oh, thanks for checking in, Diana. We appreciate it. You make it a great day.
You make the same great day as well. Thanks, guys, for doing everything you do in Columbus.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Diana Ogle with Park Village Shopping Center and the Beaver Dam Pepper Festival. We're talking this morning with Randy Keene and Bonnie Adam with the Columbus Area Historical Society, learning a lot about the capital campaign that they recently kicked off, the open house that is happening this Saturday, August 24th from 10 to 1. In case someone missed where your new location is going to be, where should they show up for the open house on Saturday?
Well, it's at 152 West James Street. Right across from the Farmers and Merchants Union Bank. I guess everybody knows where that is.
Yeah, it's hard to miss. It's one of the most spectacular buildings in all of downtown Columbus. Right. So where would you like to go next?
Well,
we have a few more things that we'd like to cover this morning.
We've got one picture here of the front of our former museum, and this was a number of years ago, and there's a picture of George Hasey at the front door of the museum, and not that there was any connection between our campaign now and that picture back then, but it's just ironic that there he is on the front door at our old museum, welcoming people there, and little did we know at the time that perhaps he was closer to finding a permanent home and just down the street.
Yeah, that's a really wonderful shot. Thank you for sharing that with us this morning.
And then we've got a picture of the front of the building, and so it's just down the street from where we were previously. And then there's a sign painted on the back of the building on the side that's been there for many, many years.
Wow, for over 85 years.
Yeah, and people have had their picture taken in front of that sign.
It's an Oshkosh Bagosh sign. And Bellex, is that the men's store you were talking about earlier?
Yes,
okay.
Bellex, yes, yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of history there. I bet people love having their picture taken in front of that.
Yep. And so anyway, there's 5 major reasons why this is the ideal location.
All right, let's hear them, Randy.
Okay. So, number one, it's a very historic building in a historic district. And for those of you that can see the slide on Daily Dodge TV, you can see the Bellex sign there on the left, so it's the second building.
Okay.
Reason number 2 is it's not in a floodplain like other potential sites, and there's
really
enough
important.
Enough of those around Columbus too if you get anywhere near the river. In fact, the popcorn wagon was stored in that building just down the street there at one time. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, reason number 3 then is that it has an entrance that will fit the popcorn wagon. So,
perfect.
Other locations would not have a door that would be able to accommodate the wagon. So, and then reason number 4 is that it has a very nice upstairs apartment whose rental income will make us self-sufficient once the museum is up and running. So
that's a gorgeous apartment.
Yeah, and it was owner occupied, so you know that it was well taken care of. Yep. And then reason number 5 is that the Columbus Downtown Development Corporation will be giving us $175,000 if we find a home for the popcorn wagon. And so I guess there's, instead of 5 major reasons, there's 175,000 and 4 major reasons. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah. And so we are a 501c3 entity, so donations may be tax deductible.
It's important for folks to know that.
Yes, yep. And it's always an incentive.
We're talking this morning with Randy Keene and Bonnie Adam. I had to put my glasses on, Bonnie, even though we've been talking for almost an hour. Bonnie Adam with the Columbus Area Historical Society. In addition to the open house happening this Saturday at the Future Home at 152 West James Street. Again, that's happening this Saturday from 10 to 1. You also have an old-time golf event coming up on September 8th. And this is different than just your regular, your golf outing event. Tell us what folks can look forward to on September 8th at the Old Time Golf event.
When we went to Kestrel to, talk to them, we were sitting there and she goes, I got a good idea. And we go, ooh, okay. And that's when she's the one that brought it up, because there was people that have old clubs, but they're looking for, but I don't think they have to always use the old clubs. They could golf, but we can do this every year then she said, so we can plan on having that. So we might not, we don't make maybe much the first year, but we can have annually, we can have raffle baskets, we'll have too and stuff, and they take care of getting it set up and everything. So that was a nice idea that I never thought of that, but.
Well, and just encouraging folks, to bust out the tweed hats and their knickers and flannel trousers, all that type of attire. That's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to get some great pictures that day. For folks that would like to participate and get their team together, how do they do that? Do they just reach out directly to Kestrel Ridge? Do they get a hold of someone from your group?
Kestrel Ridge.
Kestrel, okay. 9 a.m. shotgun starts the day on September 8th. Actually, breakfast with registration before everyone hits the course at 9 a.m. 4-person scramble. It's only $380 per team, and folks can enjoy that light continental breakfast, the range balls, lunch buffet following, and prizes. That sounds like a really nice day.
It is.
Yeah.
It does sound, yes. And weather permitting, the popcorn wagon will be there too.
Oh, excellent. Who gets to pop the popcorn wagon for the day that pops the popcorn?
We have people that are members of Popcorn Wagon Incorporated.
Okay.
That they do the popping.
Nice. We have just a couple minutes left. What else would you guys like to share with us this morning? If people would like to donate, make that tax-deductible contribution.
So we have a website at Columbus WI Area History.com, and they can go to that. Any donations otherwise could be sent to our Post Office Box 144 in Columbus. Our actual total goal is $500,000.
Okay.
We're getting very close to getting, along with 175 from the CDDC, very close to what we need to purchase the building.
Okay.
So that will not be an issue. But then there'll be, we need to, painting, repairs, things like that, buying items to make it a museum. And so that's, so our total goal is $500,000.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you're off to a really good start.
So
Yeah.
I think we are.
Please come back, keep us posted on how everything is coming along, and we'll continue to talk about your upcoming Old Time Golf event that is happening on September 8th at Kestrel Ridge. Again, for folks that would like to participate, get your 4-person scramble team together, please do that, and you can reach out to Kestrel Ridge directly to cover off on all those details and get registered for that. It's been a pleasure getting to know each of you this morning, and thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck with the open house on Saturday.
Thank you.
Randy Keene and Bonnie Adam with the Columbus Area Historical Society with us here this morning on Hometowns Day, which is brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings, some beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam, and presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. This is Hometowns Day on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
From Margazan to Marshall, Fox Lake to Fall River, Watertown to Waupun, and everywhere in between, we're talking about what's important in your hometown. This is Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Gorgeous sunshine welcoming us into this week post Dodge County Fair. Good morning and welcome to Hometown Today. Amy Hudson here with you in the Summerland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com and also on our YouTube channels. So if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. Take you just a couple of minutes. Search for Daily Dodge TV, and when you do that, make sure that you also click on the notifications icon so you don't miss any of the fun happening here in the Daily Dodge TV studios, whether it's at 100 Bill McCullum Way or out and about like we were every day of the Dodge County Fair. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. I was saying last week that once we wrap up the Dodge County Fair, in my world, it really signifies, summer starting to wind down, and we've already been geared up for back to school time. And with what is happening tomorrow night, I really feel like summer is winding down. So really happy that coming up this hour, we'll have a chance to welcome to Hometown Today Chelsea and Philip Seippel, along with our guest Carol. Don't tell me your last name because you did Crawford, right? All right. Carol Crawford with the group Just Us will be joining us here on Hometown Today. Just Us is the last performance that we get to enjoy in the Garden, part of the Seippel Summer Concert Series in the Garden. So we'll be talking with Chelsea and Philip and also getting to know Carol here this hour on Hometown Today. And also checking in with our friend Tom Ballweg from Ballweg Implement. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hi, it's Randy from Professional Floor Covering, bringing you Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
In case you did not get your fill of Ben's pretzels during the Dodge County Fair, tomorrow is our pretzel party with an angel. So you'll want to join us at the Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly in Beaver Dam from 11 until 4:30. Ben's Pretzels partnering with us to help celebrate summer with Noel's Angel Walk. This is happening again tomorrow from 11 to 4:30 in the parking lot of Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly here in Beaver Dam. It's a fundraising event, and Ben's Pretzels will be donating 15% of all of the proceeds from this event to Noel's Angel Walk and Good Comer Brands John Moser Children's Radiothon. So even if you did get your fill of Ben's Pretzels during the Dodge County Fair, come have another one with us tomorrow. I'm having a hard time, though, that it's served up as a celebration to the end of summer. No one wants summer to end. It's really been a fantastic summer. This hour, we'll have a chance to get to know Carol Crawford. Carol will be performing as part of the group Just Us tomorrow evening in the Garden. It is all part of the Seippel Summer Concert Series in the Garden. These shows start at 6 p.m. They're free for the community to enjoy. And yes, absolutely, pack up your picnic. Bring out your favorite picnic blanket, your lawn chair, and just get settled in to enjoy a lovely evening of music in the Garden. And another date for you to note will be next Tuesday as well, the 27th, because Brady Lee will be also performing as part of the Seippel Summer Series concerts in the Garden. Brady's original date got rained out earlier this summer, so looking forward to welcoming him back to Beaver Dam again next Tuesday, the 27th, and tomorrow night, Just Us performing, and we'll get to know Carol Crawford and also welcome Chelsea and Philip Seippel to the Hometown Today airwaves. But first, we have to check in with our friend and neighbor, Tom Ballweg, and see if he's doing okay post Dodge County Fair. Good morning, Tom. How are you?
I'm great. I did survive the Dodge County Fair.
I was worried about you last Monday. I didn't hear from you, and Sherry Sackler was like, "Oh, things are crazy in the Ballweg implement world when it's Dodge County Fair time." So, tell us about your fair experience and bring us up to date as to what is happening.
Well, actually, last Monday I happened to be in Michigan.
Oh my goodness, what was happening there?
Well, we had a dealer meeting there, and most of the time I try to call in. But it just so happened that during that time period, they were doing some things that I had to be present for. So it's one of those things that, if you tell them you're going to the bathroom, you can get up and walk out. Nobody knows where you went. And you can go and do your whatever you have to do besides going to the bathroom.
Oh, my goodness. It's all those important details. Thanks for sharing that, Tom.
Yeah.
Bring us up to date. What can we look forward to at Ballweg Implement?
Well, we don't. I just heard all the things going on about all the songs and all the singing and all the music and all the rest of that. But at Ballweg Implement on September 4th, we've got our Combine School.
Oh.
And that it's to go over combines, to understand what needs to be fixed on them and what you should do to prep them for the season. September 4th, and the first one starts at about between 10:30 and 11 o'clock in the morning. And that's for the later model combines. And those combines have more electronics on them. There's things on there that they will automatically change the settings for you as you're going through the field and you're combining so that it works optimally. You probably aren't aware of this, but there's actually cameras on the inside of the combines that look at the grain going through if there's too much chaff or too many other things.
Okay.
Would you believe that?
I do believe you, but really because Philip Seippel, who's with us, is nodding his head yes, and I trust Philip and believe him.
Yeah, Tom. Tom, it's amazing what the implements, what you guys have done at John Deere over these years. I've followed the company very closely. My family's had an involvement indirectly with John Deere, well, since before I was born. But the modern tractors, they totally operate by themselves. It's quite extraordinary.
Yeah. Auto steer, yes. And now they have auto path so that it remembers where it went year to year.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that people don't quite, I wish they had that on the truck so that when I got in the morning, all I'd have to do is hit the button and it would drive to work.
Someday.
Or take you home at night.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Late at night or just after work?
Yeah, well, each to his own. Whatever.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But that would be a lot nicer. Now if I want to do that, I got to get my wife to drive so that I can look at all the crops and all the stuff that's going on. So now we've got, and that school is going on September 4th, and that's during the day, it's the more electronically oriented combines and the later model combines. And we have another school at 6 o'clock at night, and that school is for the older Walker style combines. And people ask, why do we do both? Well, working with the electronics, it becomes more important that you know what's going on electronically to keep those working the way they're supposed to. And then when you work with the older combines, they've got more hours on them, they've got more wear on them, so you have to figure out what needs to be fixed on them or what needs to be replaced or tuned up or that sort of thing. So it's a completely different group. But you can come to the one during the day if you want to. Maybe you're thinking about trading in the future and see what it's all about. Or if you can't get to the one during the day, you can come to the one in the evening. And if you're at our schools, you get a 10% discount on parts. But you've got to be present for the schools in order for us to give that to you. So there's an incentive to come in there and do that.
Yeah, that's a good incentive. And do folks need to pre-register for these classes on September 4th, Tom, or do they just show up?
They can just show up, but it's nice that if we know people who are coming, because the one that starts at 10:30 to 11, we actually serve a meal for that, and we don't want to run out of food, and we don't want to have too much food left over. So it's always kind of nice if we know who's coming, but if you haven't signed up, it doesn't matter. You can still come in and do that. And we've got no interest, no payment on a larger order of parts. So if you come to the school and you figure out that you do need to do a lot of repairs on your combine, you actually don't have to pay for those until, I think it's January 1st, might even be a little later right now.
Okay.
So it gives you an opportunity to get your crop in and then pay for it.
Very nice. And when can folks come see you at Ballweg Implement?
Hey, we're open at the Waupun store from 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, Saturdays till 3, and at the Beaver Dam store 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. and on Saturdays until 3. And the Beaver Dam store is on North Spring Street right next to Fleet Farm, and the Waupun store is on Highway 68, a quarter mile west of Waupun, or 10 miles east of Fox Lake. And don't forget, you can order parts, and we bring them to the drop boxes 6 days a week. So if you don't want to come, we can get the parts to you.
Excellent. Thank you so much for checking in, Tom. We appreciate it. Make it a great day.
You bet.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Tom Ballweg with Ballweg Implement joining us here for a few minutes this morning here on Hometown Today. The Seippel Center for Music and the Arts here in Beaver Dam has really elevated our summer experience with just a wonderful variety of music, all part of the Seippel Summer Series Concerts in the Garden. And tomorrow night, we will have an opportunity to enjoy the music of Just Us. And coming up next Tuesday, the 27th, Brady Lee will be performing as part of Concerts in the Garden, his Make Good date. It was a little too rainy when he was here the early part of July, so we look forward to welcoming Brady Lee to the Gardens here next Tuesday. And this morning we have with us Philip and Chelsea Seippel, and also part of the Just Us duo, we have Carol Crawford with us here this morning on Hometown Today. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much to each of you for starting your week here with us. Did you guys make your way out to the Dodge County Fair, or did you stay away from all the calories and the spinny rides and all the fun stuff?
Nope, I did not make it out this year.
I did make it out. I tried to, but no. I had other stuff going on. So no.
Carol, tell us about you and Just Us and what we can look forward to tomorrow night.
Well, Just Us started probably in when we moved here, 1980, Dave and I. And Dave has always been an entertainer.
Oh, okay.
I married him, he was an entertainer, and he still entertains now as the characters.
Okay.
all around the area. But him and I have performed for many years, but I have not for a while. I've just I joined the characters once in a while. We played at Schomburg's once, but just had a wonderful experience at the Pyramid. And Jenny and Dick were gracious, and we were there for many years entertaining. And so we made a lot of friends, a lot of people.
Is the Pyramid that one
the
big
pyramid.
building that was on the highway that
Right.
is now every time I go by, because I live in Horicon, so I drive
Mm-hmm.
on Highway 33 every day, a couple times each way, and there's always when I was fascinated by that building when I first moved here because we couldn't figure out what it was back in the day, and now it looks like they'll be repurposing that property here sometime soon. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so that was kind of your home to
Our
performing.
home actually started at the Rose Bowl. It was called the Rose Bowl, and that was on Highway 33. And Tom and Diane Rosemeyer bought it. And we lived in Heritage Hills, and they were our neighbors. So for a grand opening, Dave went there and played his guitar as a grand opening, just to help get everything started. And one thing led to another. I began singing, which I always did during school and everything, all growing up. And one thing led to another, and so I have did hundreds of weddings. We played for so many private parties and graduations, and it was just forever. And then we kind of broke off and kind of retired a little bit, but we've always been singing. We just sang for Loaves and Fishes last Tuesday.
Okay.
When they had meals, and we do that once in a while in the parking lot just to keep
Fun it up.
During COVID, so she happens to be a very good friend and neighbor and very talented. But during COVID, they were playing outside, where everybody still could socially separate.
I love
And
that.
they just played on their porch, and I was like, I love this.
That's great. Music is powerful, bringing people together.
Very powerful. In fact, the day we did that, I said to Dave, let's just set up in the garage and just play a little music, because Lakeshore, everybody walks by, and then we look and there's people standing across the road, and Chelsea and it's great. Music is great, and we're looking forward tomorrow night. There are so many friends and people that are coming that said, finally, we're going to get a chance to hear just us again. So we're excited.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a perfect night tomorrow night.
Yes.
Just a few clouds, real comfortable temps. So we do have to take a quick break, and we'll come back and continue our conversation here. This morning, we're getting to know Carol Crawford. She will be performing as part of the duo Just Us tomorrow night in the Garden, all part of the Seippel Summer Concert Series in the Garden. And mark your calendar for next Tuesday when Brady Lee will be performing. That will be the final show on the 27th for the Seippel Summer Series Concerts in the Garden. We also have Philip and Chelsea Seippel here with us this morning on Hometown Today, which is brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam, and presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. We'll continue our conversation next here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hey, this is Randy from Professional Floor Covering, welcoming you back to Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
The clouds have no more rain to give us after, a little bit of rain here and there, a lot of bit of rain all over the place. It was a great Dodge County Fair, but we were dodging the raindrops just about every day. And this week, it looks absolutely picture perfect. Nothing but sunshine this week. And in the evenings, you might actually want to bust out like a sweatshirt or some long sleeves because the lows are going to be so nice and comfortable in the low to mid 50s. And today we'll be making our way near a high of 77. It is 66 currently here in Beaver Dam. And tomorrow night, definitely make your way over to the Seippel Center for Music and the Arts here in Beaver Dam because a wonderful show for you to enjoy. If you have not made your way to check out one of the concerts in the garden, you have a couple more chances, and we don't want you to miss out because this is such a lovely way to experience music in the garden. You can pack your own picnic. The shows are free. They start at 6 o'clock, happening next Tuesday, the 27th. Brady Lee will be performing. His show got rained out the early part of July, and tomorrow night is just going to be a perfect summer evening, and you'll have a chance to enjoy music by the group Just Us. And we have part of that duo with us here this morning, along with Philip and Chelsea Seippel. Carol Crawford is with us. You really have a very long history of entertaining folks here in Dodge County, Carol.
Right. And we do a lot of different music. We do It Had to Be You, Embraced Me, and then that's older generation. But we do a lot of rock and roll, a lot of country music, Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers. I mean, we do a variety of music. And it's fun.
That's nice.
Everybody will like that.
Love that Chelsea shared when we were all like distancing, and it was safe for us to go outside, but still keep your distance. Love that she heard you performing on your front porch. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so great. We got to book her for concerts in the garden. Yeah. When did you start performing music? Do you play an instrument? Have you always been a singer? And what sparked your love?
High school.
Okay.
I always played music and a cappella choir, and we traveled all over the state, and music's always been a big part of my life. And I married a musician, but I never really thought about entertaining. 1978, we moved here to Beaver Dam, and then our friends owned the Rose Bowl over there on Highway 33, and one thing led to another, and it just took off. And Bill McCullum had a big part of this because I originally sang a song, and he would talk about it on the radio all the time, Carly Simon, and he was just crazy like that, and so I hope Bill comes out tomorrow night because it'd be great to see Bill, and yeah.
Yeah, so, after the barn show wraps.
Yep, after the barn
He's got to
show
make
wraps.
his way over to the garden. What was the Carly Simon song? Do you remember?
My mind just went totally blank, but just let me think about it.
Okay.
Oh, Hey Jesse.
Oh, my
Jesse.
goodness.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed that one.
Yeah. Oh, mother, say a prayer for me. Jesse's back in town.
I remember that, yeah.
And I used to, and he'd play the song on the radio, and he'd go, oh, here's Carol Crawford again, play it. And I'd go, Bill, don't do that.
What a compliment. That's a wonderful compliment.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Now I'm going to have to do that song tomorrow night.
You are dedicated to Uncle Bill. That's fantastic.
Right.
Chelsea and Philip Seippel also here with us this morning. Chelsea, it's so nice to meet you in person. I've seen you from across crowded rooms at different events over the past few years. And Philip, you were with us not too long ago. Thank you for making the time to start your week with us.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Philip, when we had a chance to get to know one another a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about what a special place the Seippel Center for the Music and the Arts is. Of course, it has very special meaning to you and Chelsea and your family, but it's also a place where folks can go, even if they have no idea how to play an instrument, they want to start.
Yeah, that is the essential focus of the Seippel Center. Yeah, we're talking now about the summer concert series, and we're delighted to do that under Chelsea's guidance. We've been doing this for several years now. But the real focus of the center is a music center. It's a place for anyone who's interested to come and have the possibility to learn music, to understand music. There's a variety of teachers, a variety of different genres, of different instruments available. And nobody should stand back if they have the least bit of interest, and we really encourage it. I grew up at that place, and I know that it looks quite spectacular, and I hope not intimidating maybe to somebody who goes past and think, oh, well, that might be out of my reach, or that looks a little too prestigious in some way to go. That's not the case whatsoever. That place is open to everybody. And I emphasize that everybody, anybody. If you're interested, please make contact through either Chelsea or through the webpage, or we can put you in contact directly with the teachers, and you work out a program. And believe me, there is just a mountain of talent out there in communities like Beaver Dam waiting for an opportunity to explore music.
And if you're interested in being a teacher too, I mean, just visit our website, www.seippelcenter.org, or Google Seippel Center, which is SEIPPEL .org, but you can Google it. But if you're interested in being a teacher, and we're open for bridal showers or any sort of events and stuff like that, it is a very special place. It's like a home away from home.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Do you play an instrument, Chelsea?
I do.
What do you play?
I play the piano and the guitar.
How long have you been playing?
Oh, God, I've played the piano since I was a little kid. And then I pretend I can play the guitar. But, let's face it, I probably really can't, so.
Yeah, start somewhere. Yeah.
But, I'll play it at the house,
Philip, I probably asked you when you were on Hometown Today a few weeks ago, do you play an instrument?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I worked very hard trying to play piano
Yeah.
for a long time, but it just didn't seem to connect between the brain and the fingers, didn't quite work. But like Carol, I started in singing in grade school and St. Patrick's, and in high school I did as well. But then, I don't know, something.
He's a very good
separated.
singer. We've definitely gone around the house. He and my dad used to, and now he and I have singing Phantom of the Opera.
But I'm not consummate professional like Carol. So.
Well, it's just, I've been blessed. I sing at church. I belong to First Lutheran, so I've always been part of their singing, and singing's good.
Yeah.
But music basically for anybody's good. Anybody who loves music can come and get anything out of any concert, whether you like the music or not. So we're really looking forward to it. It'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. That lovely voice you will hear tomorrow night in the Garden, part of the Seippel Summer Series Concerts in the Garden. Carol Crawford with us here this morning on Hometown Today, and she is part of the duo Just Us. I think it is really sweet that the other part of the duo is your husband,
Yeah.
Dave. The concerts start at 6 p.m. These are free for you to enjoy, so pack up your picnic, your lawn chair, your picnic blanket, and make your way over to the Seippel Center for Music and the Arts here in Beaver Dam. Again, the shows start at 6 p.m. Just Us performs tomorrow, and next Tuesday will be the final show of the Concerts in the Garden Summer Series. Brady Lee will be performing because there is no rain, there is no high wind, there is no weirdness with the weather tomorrow
Fingers
night.
crossed.
Brady Lee will be performing next Tuesday, the 27th. Philip and Chelsea Seippel also here with us this morning on Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. We will head over to the Daily Dodge News Center for local news, sports, and weather update, and we'll get it going with an update from ABC News here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Randy from Professional Floor Covering, making sure you don't miss what's happening in your hometown. It's Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Coming up this afternoon on Community Comments at 12:30, Kevin Haugen, our news director, will welcome Beaver Dam City Administrator Nathan Teal to Community Comment. Looking forward to that. And at 11:10, it's a Mielik Monday. Rob Mielik of Mielik Law will be joining us. And actually, Rob is enjoying a holiday, so his 3 paralegals will be joining us here this morning at 11:10. So looking forward to that. Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. We are live in the Slumberland Furniture Studios and also the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com. And you can also subscribe to Daily Dodge TV on YouTube. And when you make that happen, please take just a minute to click on the notifications icon so you don't miss any of the happenings here in the Daily Dodge TV studios at 100 Bill McCullum Way, or maybe it's out and about covering local sports, or like we were last week at the Dodge County Fair. This hour, it is all about the music and lovely music that we've been able to enjoy this summer, all part of the Seippel Summer Series Concerts in the Garden. This has been a wonderful event to look forward to every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. at the Seippel Center for Music and the Arts here in Beaver Dam. These shows are free for the community to enjoy. You are more than welcome to pack a picnic, pack your cooler, and get settled in. Tomorrow night, performing beginning at 6 p.m. as part of the Seippel Summer Series Concerts in the Garden, Just Us. And we have part of Just Us, Carol Crawford, with us here this morning. She performs with her husband Dave, and we also have Philip and Chelsea Seippel joining us as well this morning here on Hometown Today. Really looking forward to that nice variety of music that you described, Carol, when you're talking about like some of the classics and just kind of making your way through the years. Is there a favorite song that you always look forward to performing? I'm sure you love all of them for different reasons, but is there a certain song that you and Dave just really enjoy?
Well, I think one of the songs that probably everybody else enjoys is Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers, Islands in the Stream. That probably has brought us, so much joy, but just all music. I mean, we have our own special songs and everything too.
It's funny that you mentioned Islands in the Stream, because I did a cruise down the Midway at the Dodge County Fair on day 1 last week, and I was trying to talk one of my teammates into performing that with me, because there's karaoke stand you can perform and record.
Oh,
really?
really?
I was like, come on, let's do Islands in the Stream. And he's like, no. I'm like, what about I Got You, Babe? I was like hitting all these duo songs. It didn't happen. You have a much better voice than I do, so look forward to hearing that tomorrow night.
Well, my agenda, is the Pyramid was a place you could go for dinner. You'd have a great dinner, and you'd wander into the lounge, and we'd be performing. And it was just those couples sitting out there, anybody who listened to music. And that was my genre, music. My husband's is a little bit more rock and roll, and let's get people motivated and get up and dance, and
It's a good balance.
Yeah, it's a good balance.
I love seeing ideas come to life and events, grow and get bigger as more things get added to them. But it all starts with, that initial idea and a conversation. And Philip, you were sharing with us off air, because I know I ask a lot of questions, but I'm always interested to know how things get started. And, having an event background when I was a Main Street director, we really looked forward to putting our summer concert series on the square together back home in Monroe. What's the idea, the spark of how it is that we get to enjoy live music in the garden?
Well, a few years ago, the center, the board of the Peter J. Seippel Foundation, my brother Chelsea's father started that and established the center and for the arts. And a few years ago, we decided music was the direction we needed to take. And at that particular time, Beaver Dam was very lucky to have a music director at the high school, Rich Zeman, and he came along and he and I met and hit it off immediately. Both were on the same wavelength, and we decided to make a music center for teaching. And coincidentally, Chelsea's moving back to the area at the same time helped a great deal as well, because then she was able to, because I wasn't living here, I wasn't able to be just totally hands-on.
Okay.
And Chelsea was. But anyway, Rich directed the Beaver Dam area orchestra. And we thought, well, hey, wouldn't this be a great place to have them perform? And with that, and the outdoors, and performing, and as Chelsea shared during the time off as well, when they hit the Star Spangled Banner, and Old Glory's
was
flying on
something
the
else,
flagpole, and the farm, and the gardens looking, and everything, and we said, this is a perfect venue for doing outdoor concerts. And then Chelsea's sort of taken over from, well, she's taken over from Rich to coordinate the work with the bands, and that's where we are today.
Thank you.
I even, when I did the stage, I've never spray painted before, but I was trying to show how I wanted the stage, and I got spray paint all over me, but they still did it still worked. I just ended up having to take like 20 showers, But it's absolutely beautiful. If you have not been there, I absolutely recommend coming out. I mean, bring, well, maybe not pets, but, your kids, anybody. I mean, it's so beautiful. Just as the sun's setting, like last week, and you see all the cornfields and everything, it's just like so spiritual. It's very wonderful.
Picture perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when do you start like booking for the next season? Because that's really exciting that you have, that role, Chelsea, and you're able to, have conversations, find out what people enjoy. You have such a great variety of music.
That's what I tried to do this year, was a big variety.
Well done.
And so we've definitely got some local bands, and then we have some not so local bands, but they've been at like Summerfest and stuff like that. And so I started booking back in January.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It took a lot of time.
Good things to always do. Do you find, season after season, as word gets out, it's such a tight-knit community with musicians, are people reaching out to you saying, oh, we'd love to play?
Some do, yes. And then others, it's just kind of like, we already know we're going to be together next year, and so it's kind of like that. And then others, like this year, I looked at demos and different stuff for bands, and just to try and get the variety up a little bit differently. Mm-hmm. And so it just kind of varies, I suppose I should say.
Do you have certain musicians and bands that are held so close to the heart here, being those local favorites, that you'll invite back every season?
I would say Carol, and I would say Elwood Lee, definitely, and those would be the local bands that we've basically had. The rest, I think aren't from around here.
Okay.
Yeah, well, and the Broadway Spotlights, because the BDACT.
Yeah.
And I love them. I was on the board with them, and they're fabulous. And I love Broadway songs.
I know they're fun to sing along to.
Yes.
Right?
I'm just like, oh, do they want me to come up on stage with them?
You never know. Anything is possible. We're talking this morning about the Seippel Summer Series Concerts in the Garden, performing tomorrow beginning at 6 p.m. Just us. And we have part of that duo, Carol Crawford, with us here this morning on Hometown Today. The other part is her husband, Dave. Where is Dave this morning? He sent you to do all the PR work.
Yes, he did. Well, we're expecting company. My brother's coming from Gaylord, Michigan.
Oh, for the show?
And we just happened, my mother's 103 back in Michigan.
My goodness.
And so she stays at, it's called the Brook. So we went in there in June and we set up our equipment and we played music for where she lives. And they all gathered in and we played for over an hour. We had so much fun. And I think my mom really didn't realize what Dave and I did.
Oh.
So my brother said, when are you going to be at this place at the Seippel Gardens? We're coming. So he's heading on his way over from Michigan, so he's going to be here.
To bring your mom, who is 100.
No, she can't
She
make
can't
it.
make it? Okay.
Well, she could, but it'd be pretty hard.
That's wonderful that you were able to perform for her and
and
her
we had
friends
so
where
much
she
fun, and
stays.
they said, could you please come back next week? And we said, well, next time we go to Michigan, we'll play there. But that's the enjoyment of the part of music, because, and I don't know of anybody who plays like Dave and I. I really don't. You know, there's a lot of music around, but I think we've been doing it for so long that it's just, you know, we do a lot of different songs, and that's the fun part.
And you certainly have your following.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's fun for us, and it's, you know, we put a lot of joy into it.
How many years have you and Dave been married?
We'll be married 59 years in February.
Oh my goodness.
Now that
is
tells you about how old I am,
wonderful.
right?
That's fantastic. Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
59
really great.
years. Yeah.
For folks that have never been to the Seippel Center for Music and the Arts in Beaver Dam, they should know that it's easy to park when they're heading in for the show. What do they need to know about where to go when they arrive?
So the parking is, you can park at the bank. They're kind enough to, so we're next to Culver's. So you'll see the building, and then you'll see the bank to the
North.
Okay.
Or to the left if you're
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know directions really
I
well.
don't either. I'm right there with you.
But you can park at the bank. We do have handicap parking, and if there's overfill parking, there'll be ample parking in the back.
Philip, you were talking earlier about the Seippel Center for Music and the Arts really focusing on being a music center for everyone. Don't be intimidated if you want to learn how to play the piano, if you want to learn how to play the guitar. Reach out. You have a variety of instructors and lessons available.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's just reaching out. It just take that little step, reaching out. It can maybe change your life. Just do that. Reach out, and then you, one way or another, you will get hold of Chelsea. We've got the telephone numbers. We got the web page, and then she will absolutely coordinate. Immediately can contact with one of the teachers, and who knows? The next thing, maybe you're on Broadway too.
You never know. And just hearing Carol talk about that feeling, of joy, that makes you feel good, makes Dave feel good, but all those people, seeking the same joy, coming out for those live performances. I'm such a lover of live music. If we ever have an opportunity to go out for date night, I'm not going to the movie. We can still go out for a fancy dinner, but I want to go see live music. Yeah. There's something about live performances.
Well, and think of even like how in the middle of the night, if you get I end up with songs in my head. Like your ABCs.
Yeah.
It's a song. And you memorize songs. If we could do more things with music, I think it would just be astronomical.
Yeah, it makes the world a better place.
It does.
It does. What else would you like to share with us? We have just a couple minutes left in the show. Did you have something, Philip, that you wanted to share? I see you have
No, I was just looking because when I walked in, I got the Beaver Dam.
Oh, yeah.
The Beaver Dam Area Community and Visitor Guide, which is a wonderful publication, and the Seippel Center's advertised in there. That's very well, but it's not because of that. It wasn't anything particular.
Okay.
But Beaver Dam does have an outstanding guide.
Yes.
And it's a great community.
It really is.
It's a wonderful thing. Other things to share with you? Come on out to the Seippel Center, and then you'll really see sharing what it's all about.
Absolutely. We look forward to that, not just tomorrow night, starting at 6 p.m., but also next Tuesday, the 27th, when Brady Lee will be able to perform. It was a little rainy. Gosh, doesn't July 2nd feel like forever ago?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, the summer has just really flown by.
Yeah.
And that is just another reason why it's important for all of us to make our way over to the Seippel Center for the Music and the Arts tomorrow night for concerts in the Garden. Again, 6 p.m. The shows are free. Pack up your picnic, your favorite lawn chair, your blanket, whatever it is you need to get settled in to enjoy a lovely night of music in the Garden. Again, tomorrow we have just us that will be performing. Carol Crawford is here with us, sharing about what we can look forward to. And it sounds like you're going to be polishing up that Jessie song by Carly Simon for Uncle Bill.
I guess I am.
If he pops in here today, which he usually does at some point before the barn show, I'm definitely going to share with him that that we had a chance to
I
meet.
wish you would.
And share that memory, because
Yeah.
I can already see the smile on his face. That's really wonderful. And next Tuesday, Brady Lee will be performing. Again, the shows start at 6 p.m. They are absolutely free for the community. And Chelsea, before you know it, you're going to be busy booking for next year's lineup.
Yep.
That's got to be a lot of fun. Is that one of the things that you really look forward to the most?
Well, I love music, and I love the bands. The people that I've gotten to work with have been very wonderful. So, you know, I love what I do. You know, I mean, I've got my doctorate in psychology, but this is like my calling. So I love absolutely what I do. You know, running the foundation, running the homestead, you know, or the Seippel Center for Music and the Arts, I should say. And so if you're interested in being a teacher, a student, an event person, like, just let me know, because I love it, and I'm happy to work with anybody and everybody, and it's just a wonderful place to be. Again, like an absolute home away from home.
And we definitely want folks that haven't experienced it to do so. Make tomorrow night the first time if you've yet to go out to enjoy a concert in the garden at the Seippel Center. Of course, you can learn more at theseippelcenter.org. Follow on Facebook and make your way out to the garden tomorrow beginning at 6 p.m. You can hear Carol Crawford and her husband Dave performing as Just Us. And then next Tuesday, the 27th, we look forward to Brady Lee performing, but not looking forward to it being the last show of the season. But again, it's an emotional roller coaster. We know Chelsea is going to be hard at work on the lineup for 2025. It was really nice meeting you, Carol, and you face to face, Chelsea. Philip,
You
great
too.
to see you
Thanks
again.
for having us.
Oh my gosh, always. You're always welcome. We appreciate you giving us something really cool and fun to look forward to Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock. Concerts in the garden at the Seippel Center for Music and the Arts. Coming up at 11:10, Milik Law will be with us for Taking Care of Business. We have Beaver Dam City Administrator Nathan Teal joining News Director Kevin Haugen for community comment at 12:30. Hometown Today brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam, and presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. It all starts with a conversation, just like we were talking earlier, those great ideas, making them come to life. And when you make your way over to 713 Park Avenue, that is where you'll find the beautiful showroom of Professional Floor Covering. And you can go in, have a conversation with Randy and the team, have that free in-store consultation about what it is you're looking to transform in your home, whether it's flooring throughout, maybe it's upgrades in the kitchen, the bathrooms, maybe you need blinds. Randy and the team will listen to what you're envisioning and then help make it come to life for you. Of course, you can find them online at proflr.com and the showroom at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam. Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.